that it's going to move through the channels a little more quickly and come out on the other end a little sooner.
The Pope revolutionizes the process of annulling marriages, making them cheaper and easier to obtain. Good evening. Divorce is never easy, but for some Catholics who'd like to remarry, the process can be even more difficult.
Yeah, their marriage must be annulled or declared void by the church before they can marry again in the Catholic Church to receive the sacraments. Well, today, Pope Francis revised the process. Local 12's Larry Davis is outside St. Peter and James Cathedral in downtown Cincinnati with more on the changes and reaction to them. This is a big deal, Larry.
It most certainly is, Brad. It's being talked about quite a bit today. Now, here are the main points. First off, a second review of an annulment will no longer be necessary. It will be eliminated. That will no doubt speed up the process, possibly up to 2 months. And more importantly, the process will now be free and completed in about 45 days.
Revising the annulment process is the latest in a series of reforms Pope Francis has imposed since he began his papacy. Some Catholics frown upon annulments, which basically says a marriage never existed. But many of the faithful want to get right with the Church. The Pope is now making annulments free and quicker to receive. Debbie Burke leads a support group called A Divorce Survival Guide at Immaculate Heart of Mary Church in Anderson Township.
It's a difficult process to go through. The actual process of applying for an annulment has not really changed, and it's cathartic for a lot of people once they've been through the process. But it's just knowing that it's going to move through the channels a little more quickly and come out on the other end a little sooner.
Mary Sue Neighbor was divorced 25 years ago. She said it took well over a year to have her marriage annulled.
It wasn't painless because the annulment process requires you to think about what's happened in your life and to address some questions that are difficult and thought-provoking and important.
Divorce can be draining both emotionally and financially. Making annulments free will help. Speeding up the process will ease some of the pain.
It will be appealing from the standpoint of the fact that it won't take so long. It won't be such an arduous, cumbersome process. It will be very similar. The grounds will be the same. The reasons will be the same, but it will just be shortened up a bit.
Some see the Pope's move as another way to bring more Catholics back to church.
I hope that people are listening to Pope Francis and appreciating his stance on things. Theologically, he has not changed, but I think he's made a bigger effort to reach out to people and help them understand the teachings of the Church in a better way.
And Brad, of course, for many Catholics, annulments are important. It allows them to marry once again in the Catholic Church and also to receive the sacraments during Mass. And these changes will take effect in December, so the long wait will soon be over for many Catholics. Live at St. Peter and James downtown, Larry Davis, Local 12 News. Brad, back to you.
Larry, thanks very much. Many see the Pope's decision as another effort to reform the church, make it more welcoming to people.